How political stories change phases. If you've ever felt like a political story suddenly felt different, even though no new bombshell dropped, you're not imagining it. Stories don't just move forward on facts, they move through phases. And once you learn to recognize those phases, you stop reacting and start understanding. This video is about how that works. The mistake most people make. Most people think stories change when new information appears. A leaked document, a video clip, a confession. But in reality, the biggest shifts usually happen without new facts. They happen when the focus changes, the language changes, or the behavior around the story changes. That's what we're going to break down. Phase 1, reaction. Every major political story starts here. Reaction phase looks like hot takes, outrage defenses, rapid sharing of clips, people arguing about what it means. In this phase, the story is about positions. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who's lying? Who's being attacked? This phase moves fast and burns out fast. Most stories never leave it. Phase 2, scrutiny. Scrutiny is where things slow down. The tone changes. Instead of, "Can you believe this?" you start hearing, "Why hasn't this been clarified? Does this timeline make sense? How would this normally be handled?" This is a crucial shift. The story is no longer about opinions. It's about process. People stop reacting to what was said and start examining how things were handled. This is often where institutions get uncomfortable. Phase 3, silence. This is the phase most people misunderstand. Silence does not mean nothing is happening. Silence means legal teams are involved, responses are being delayed, attention is being managed, risk is being assessed. In this phase, fewer statements are made, fewer emotional responses appear, repetition replaces novelty. Ironically, silence often intensifies attention, not reduces it, because silence becomes part of the story. Phase 4, institutionalization. If a story reaches this phase, it's no longer about a person. It's about organizations, procedures, governance, legal standards, internal handling. This is where stories feel colder and slower, but heavier. Debate gives way to documentation. Arguments give way to structure. At this point, the outcome matters less than how the system behaves. Why this matters. If you don't recognize these phases, every shift feels chaotic. You think, why is everyone suddenly quiet? Why isn't anything happening? Why does this feel unresolved? But once you see the phases, you realize, nothing stalled. The story just changed lanes. The goal isn't to predict outcomes. The goal is to recognize where you are. Because when you know the phase, you know whether to watch, wait, ignore, or stop reacting altogether. And that's how you stay informed without being pulled into the emotional churn of every headline.